Hello there, how's your week been? Today, I would like to talk about Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's famous lifelong partner. Munger often reminded people of the key role psychology plays in human decision-making and success. He once said, if you don't understand psychology, you will be like a one-eyed man in the land of the blind. So, what did he mean by that? So, in short, Munger's believes psychology reveals the real forces that drive human behavior. It helps us recognize and defend against our own biases. It connects knowledge across discipline, and ultimately, it allows us to make more rational, long-term decisions. Now, let's zoom in on a fascinating section from Poor Charlie's Almanac, specifically Lecture 11, where Munger explains his list of the 25 causes of human misjudgment. When Munger graduated from Harvard and started working as a lawyer, he was already aware of evolution theory. He knew that humans and other creatures share many traits shaped by evolution. We are social animals. We observe each other, copy each other, and often organize ourselves in hierarchies, respecting authority, cooperating with our equals, but distrusting or competing with those we see as lower than us. But Munger quickly realized that this evolutionary framework wasn't enough to explain all the problems he encountered in real life. He found himself constantly puzzled by people's behavior. That drove him to search for stronger theories, practical tools to help explain what he was seeing and experiencing. One of the key lessons he learned early on is that most psychology textbooks miss something very important. They don't properly explain how different psychological tendencies interact with each other. These interactions often create complex, surprising outcomes. To illustrate, he used examples from nature. Take ants, for instance. Their behavior is largely programmed by genetics. If one ant smells a pheromone that signals that ant, it will carry the body outside the nest. In a famous experiment, scientists placed the pheromone on a live ant. The poor little guy struggled, but its fellow ant still dragged it outside as if it were dead. Ant brains are limited, so their responses are mechanical. Humans, of course, have far larger brains, but we too fall victim to oversimplified mental programs. We can be tricked by illusion, dissections, or carefully designed system of control. Munger loved pointing to David Copperfield's famous magic trick, the vanishing of the Statue of Liberty back in 1983. How did Copperfield do it? He put the audience on a slow-moving platform. The rotation was so subtle that nobody noticed. Combine that with bright light, music, and suggestion, and suddenly Lady Liberty disappeared. This is psychology in action. The just noticeable difference principle. If something changes slowly enough, we don't detect it. Other experiments prove how easily contrast can fool our sense. If you put one hand in hot water, the other in cold, and then press both in lukewarm water, your brain gives you two completely different sensations. Your perception and even your judgment is relative, not absolute. And this relativity is one reason why magicians, salespeople, and even life itself can fool us so often. With this foundation, Munger takes us into the first of his 25 biases. 1. Reward and punishment super response tendency. We all think we understand how incentives work, but the truth is we underestimate their power again and again. Take FedEx as an example. At one point, their night shift workers often fail to load package on time. Management tried reasoning, persuading, motivating. Nothing worked. Then someone realized the real issue, paying workers by the hour, actually rewarded slowness. So FedEx switched to paying by the shift. Once the job was done, workers could go home. Suddenly, efficiency skyrocketed. Munger also points to Xerox. At one time, salespeople earned higher commission for selling old machines than for selling the new ones. No surprise, the old model outsold the new. Wrong incentive, wrong result. As Benjamin Franklin once said, if you want to persuade, appeal to interest, not reason. This applies to management, politics, and even personal life. Get the incentives right and behavior changes. Get them wrong and disaster follow. Munger even jokes about the Soviet Union. They pretended to pay us and we pretended to work. That's what happens when a system ignores incentives. And incentives aren't just about money. People change behavior for status, friendship, romance, recognition, and more. One crazy tool he recommended is what he called Grandma's Rule. No dessert until you eat your vegetable. In business terms, it means do the top, important task first, then reward yourself with the fun ones. It builds discipline, creates positive cycle, and makes organizations more effective. 2. Liking, loving, tendency. The second bias Munger describes is our tendency to love or admire people and ideas, sometimes blindly. Think about baby geese. The first moving object they see after hatching, they follow as if it were their mother. Humans are similar. Babies were wired to love whoever takes care of them, and beyond childhood, we all crave affection and admiration, even from strangers. The danger is this: when we love someone or something, we often ignore their flaws, bend facts in their favor, and remain loyal even when it hurts us. Love and admiration fit into each other in a powerful feedback loop. Munger gave the example of Warren Buffett's Uncle Fred, who worked joyfully in his grocery store every day. Both Munger and Buffett admired him deeply, and that admiration shaped them for life. The people we love and admire can lift us up, sometimes more than we realize. This is why it's so important, Munger argued, to attract admirable people into key roles in society, like education. Their example inspires others to live better lives. And that, my friend, brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you have taken away something useful about psychology, decision-making, and Charlie Munger's wisdom. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with someone who might benefit too. And as always, I wish you wisdom in managing your money and your life, so you can live more fully, more happily, and more abundantly. Until next time, take care and see you soon.